Tensions are rising again in the Caribbean as Washington's growing military activity near Venezuela draws sharp criticism from Moscow and Beijing. The two major powers warned that the recent U.S. buildup along the Venezuelan coast could push the region toward instability and risk another Cold War-style confrontation. During an emergency meeting at the United Nations Security Council, Russia and China jointly condemned what they described as provocative and dangerous actions by the United States. According to Reuters, Russian envoy Vasily Nebenzia accused Washington of creating the groundwork for conflict under the false banner of anti-drug operations. Nebenzia said Venezuela, a sovereign nation already under heavy U.S. sanctions, has faced unprecedented external pressure for months. He warned that a large U.S. naval contingent, reportedly more than 4,000 personnel, was now stationed just a few kilometers from Venezuelan shores. This military activity threatens not only Venezuela, but peace and security across the wider Caribbean, Nebenzia said, calling it a preparation for invasion under a fabricated narrative. Moscow also denounced recent U.S. strikes on civilian vessels in the region, labeling them a blatant violation of international law. The Russian diplomat told the council that Washington was acting under what he called the doctrine of exceptionalism, claiming the United States allows itself everything while restricting others from the same rights. The United States is creating a movie script where it plays the hero saving the world, Nebenzia added sarcastically. But these claims are not backed by evidence. He urged Washington to withdraw its forces and avoid making an irreparable mistake that could destabilize an entire region. Beijing echoed that warning. China's UN ambassador Fu Song told reporters that the U.S. operations violate maritime sovereignty and threaten navigation freedom. He said China firmly opposes any action that contradicts the principles of a UN charter, urging Washington to immediately halt its excessive and unilateral enforcement in international waters. The BBC reported that China sees the move as part of a pattern of American power projection in contested regions. According to The Guardian, the United States has justified its presence near Venezuela as part of a broader anti-narcotics campaign. U.S. political counselor John Kelly said that the Trump administration was determined to destroy the drug cartels that smuggle poison into American cities. Kelly accused Venezuelan officials of colluding with criminal networks that allegedly traffic drugs to the U.S. But Venezuela strongly rejects those accusations. Its UN envoy, Samuel Moncada, said the American claims are built on lies and propaganda, calling the so-called Cartel of the Suns a fiction created to justify aggression. The U.S. government is attacking Venezuelans inside and outside its borders, using disinformation as a weapon, Moncada said. He warned that peace in Latin America is under serious threat from a war-hungry administration. Moncada also accused Washington of pursuing control over Venezuela's vast oil reserves. The U.S. has an addiction to oil and believes every drop belongs to them, he said. The Venezuelan diplomat described the American campaign as part of a global strategy of domination fueled by greed and propaganda. Independent analysts have voiced similar concerns. The Carnegie Endowment for International Peace noted that the U.S. has intensified maritime operations near Venezuela and Cuba in recent months, raising fears of accidental clashes. Experts say the buildup reflects a broader U.S. effort to counter Russian and Chinese influence in the Western Hemisphere. Meanwhile, the UN Secretary General's office has urged restraint, calling for constructive dialogue and respect for international law. According to Al Jazeera, several Latin American governments, including Brazil and Mexico, have privately expressed concern about the rising tensions, but have avoided taking sides publicly. For now, the situation remains tense and unpredictable. As warships continue to move across the Caribbean Sea, fears of escalation grow by the day. With major powers trading warnings and accusations, the fragile peace in the region could easily shatter if diplomacy fails to take hold.